All right, guys, here we are from the trailer reactions. They were reacting to the trailer for the movie The Equalizer 2. Now, I can't recall seeing The Equalizer 1. You think I've seen it, but what was it about?
I was thinking of Eraser this whole time. I'm like, the first one was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this is a daring sequel, where for some reason now it's Denzel. I have no idea what The Equalizer is.
Okay, so now I'm going to confirm that I didn't see the first one.
I got those cool space guns for no reason, and she had to copy some data. It was great.
I loved Eraser. The only
Eraser
thing that
was
was bad
great.
about that was that weird CG alligator scene. Other than that, though,
I blocked that out of my memory.
let's check this shit out.
Let's see what Denzel's up
Going
to.
in blind. So that looks like a generic action movie. I don't know. Nothing about it really. I was like, well, that's bad. But it didn't really woo me. It didn't seem like there was a gimmick that really drew me in.
Did it not woo you or not wow you?
Either. Well, woo me into like
worst.
making me want to see the movie. I certainly wasn't wowed.
So The Equalizer came out in 2014.
Okay.
The guy who directed this, I caught the name Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
So he is the Magnificent Seven, The Equalizer 1, Southpaw, Olympus Has Fallen, Shooter with Marky Mark, King Arthur with what's her name and what's his name that I kind of liked, Tears of the Sun, Training Day, The Replacement Killers.
So yeah, he's got a great list.
He's been making this movie over and over again.
Yeah, just something about
Yes.
this one. It just seems like a toned down John Wick.
Ah, okay.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's just
I
like
do,
it's
I do.
a little less violent, a little less shooty. Maybe a better plot than John Wick has.
A little more of a detective story or something
you know,
like that.
in
yeah.
your over the top action movies, I'm not really concerned with the plot too much. I like the cool shots and what happened and this and that. I don't know. And certainly would watch this if it were on in front of me. Like I wouldn't turn away. I'm not like, oh God, what was this horrible thing? It's Denzel Washington being Denzel Washington, and that's fine.
He looks good in it. He seems to fit this role. I
He's
was concerned.
aging magnificently.
I was gonna say he's getting old, so I was concerned. And like the first scene's a fake out where he's playing a like older, weaker, like semi disguised to like like have these guys let their guard down or whatever. So it kind of played into my fears about him, but then he looks fine.
No, interesting enough seeing a guy who's like a soldier of fortune helping people, but it just looks it looks just generic to me. You know what I mean by that? Like
Totally, no, nothing.
And nothing to say against the way it was filmed. It's clearly a high caliber, high budget film. The one shot, and it just popped up again, he fires like a spike through a guy and it comes out the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And that alone, honestly, putting in the trailer would make me be like, what is that? Is that a thing he uses? Is that his thing? Is that his like Javier Bardem like cow puncher? Does he use a spike gun?
Yeah, it's like some sort of breacher thing for like urban warfare, and he just impales a guy with it.
It's like a missile without the explosive charge in it. Like, what is this thing?
Yeah. No, there were I totally agree with you. I don't think this is like special. It doesn't stand out or like rise above all the other movies like it. But I do think it looks like maybe one of like the like better ones. There's little moments of almost like humor, like when he jokes with like the coffee guy or whatever it is, or when he breaks the guy's finger, or when he like he times how long it takes for him to like kill all those dudes or whatever. There's little touches. So like it's definitely not a John Wick, and I definitely like John Wick better. John Wick or like Man on Fire or Taken or something like that. It's not that. It's something else that might be good. I don't know.
I think
right?
all these types of action movies are like, well, whoever your dog in the race is. Like if you're like, I love Denzel Washington, you totally this would be your shit. Like if you replace this with like The Rock or Vin Diesel, I'd probably be like, it looks great.
Okay.
I think it's very much a vehicle that is carried by the actor, and if you're just okay, like, and I have nothing really against Denzel Washington. He's in some amazing movies like Fallen, Training Day. Those are great movies. But by and large, that's one of his best movies.
Honestly,
I think. Period.
Quite.
But it's just that he's very much the same kind of guy.
Totally.
And all the actors I think are like I said, I like John Wick better because I like Keanu Reeves better.
Generally,
I like Keanu more than I like him. Wesley Snipes I like a lot more. I think if this was Wesley Snipes, I might be more into it.
It's like the cheeseburgers from all the different fast food places.
Yeah.
One person might love a Whopper. One person might love a Big Mac.
Exactly.
It's all shit. It's just a matter of what your exact flavor profile is, and this presentation, and Denzel is maybe not your
Like the Taken movies are not for me.
Yeah,
because I really don't buy him in that role. Liam Neeson,
yeah.
like I think he's a good actor. I like The Gray. I don't think he's that guy for me. But again, if you replace that with like The Rock, I'd be like, dude, look at him just bitching that guy. This is great. Like
no, and that's exactly the thing, right? There's probably someone who maybe sees Taken or something with Bruce Willis and says, this is all right, but now that it's Denzel and now that it has this backdrop, oh, now suddenly this is perfect for me, right? So yeah, no, I think this I don't know, I can't thumbs this down. This seems like a fine thing.
it looks fine, like but I wouldn't go out of my like I'm giving it the thumbs up, but under the same caveats I give a couple other movies where I'm like, no, the production looks fine, the acting looks fine, everything looks good. If it were on, I would watch it, but I would not go out of my way in any regard to see the film.
Yeah, sometimes we say that, and it's much more apologetic, I think, and much more like, it seems fine, even though like we're like, I can't articulate why I think it sucks, but I think
there's nothing about this that's bad.
Yeah, it's not that.
It's very generic to me, a person who sees a lot of movies in this same vein, that nothing about this sets it apart. And I'd be like, oh, that. And having not seen the first one, maybe if I saw the first one, I'd be like, oh, shit, this guy's so dope. I definitely need this. But and to its credit, it didn't. I don't think I lost anything by not seeing the first. I walked into it thinking this is perfectly fine. Like some movies, I'm like, what is this even about? Like in this, they sold me the exact thing in the thing. Like this could have been called like Equalizer Redemption, and I would have been like, yeah, it's like the first one or whatever.
Resurgence.
Yeah,
that's probably a great point. That female like DA lady who gets killed.
She might be really played up in the first one.
From the first movie, and you might be like, oh no,
I was so emotionally invested in that character.
They got
How dare
married.
you?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our thoughts on this. 2 thumbs up. Let us know in those comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.